Good evening and welcome to this platform. So where we're going to revise mathematics paper 1, we are going to handle most of the questions, most of the things that come in mathematics paper 1. I hope you are ready for revision. Just kindly confirm you are able to get me. Just confirm you're able to get me. That is Singoi, should be Isaac. Are you able to hear me? I want to start, or we have to start revising. Are you able to get me? Just help me. Yeah, I think there are quite a number of. So just type in, please, the comment section if you are able to get me so that we can start. And you are able to see my screen clearly. There's nothing literally on the screen, but I'm trying to get a feedback if you are able to get me. Okay, so getting me loud and clear. Okay, so we can start. So now, as we prepare for mathematics paper 2, we are going to follow in order things that you need to know. And these are things that you expect as you go in the paper tomorrow. So the first part that we are going to look at is what we call algebra. And so we are going to start with algebra and index notation. Algebra and index notation, the first part that we are going to start with. So under this part, the questions that you find are questions such as simplify. So let me start with the first question that we are going to start with, or first part that we are going to start with. So we are going to start with questions that are on simplify. So what are you simplifying here? 3, 2x minus 4, then minus 2, then x minus 1. How do you simplify this one? So please make sure that you stay here. Tag other friends to be on this platform. Will take, I think, sometimes just to go through most of the things. So they might not want to miss out. So just tag some friends to be on this platform that we are revising. Okay. All right. Those that are in class, are we together up to this point? Let us interact. I'll be reading your comments and also be able to explain where you have challenges. That is what I'll be doing. So make sure that you are commenting, sharing as well. All right, so let us have our first question. And here our first question is simplify. So most of the questions that you find questions such as simplify. That is the first part. So how do you simplify? Normally you find simplify, expand, and simplify. But either way, you need to know how to handle such. All right, so to answer the first question here, that is simplify, how do we handle it? So we are going to expand. Okay, so we expand first. So we multiply 3 multiplied by 2. That is 3 multiplied by 2. X, that is 6x. Then 3 multiplied by negative 4. It is going to give us negative 12. Then we have the other side, 2 multiplied by negative 2 multiplied by x, negative 2x. Then negative 2 multiplied by negative 1, that is plus 2. So here we collect the like terms, 6x minus 2x plus or minus 12 plus a 2. So this gives us 4x. Then this gives us minus 8. So here we can factorize and just say 2x minus, is it 4? 4 outside, please. 4, then x minus 2. Okay, so that is the final answer here. Okay, so please kindly confirm you are able to get me. Others are saying you are unable to get me. Peggy is saying we are together. Priscovia is saying what is happening. I can only see. So those that are able to get me, please, can you kindly confirm you are able to hear me? The audio, you are able to hear my voice as we continue revising. We have a long night to just go through the questions. So please make sure that you confirm you are able to get me. Are you able to get me? I'm reading the comments, so make sure that you confirm you are able to get me so that no one misses out. Otherwise, others are saying you are able to get me. Not sure about others. So those that are not able to get me, confirm. Okay. All right. So let us have the other question still on simplify. Let us do another question. So the other question on simplify is 4x minus 2. I guess it's not the same one. Then plus 3 2x square minus 3. That is another question that we are doing on simplify. How do we simplify this one? How do we simplify this one? So to simplify, we expand. So we multiply that, it will be 4x. Multiply 4 by negative 2, it will be negative 8. Plus 3 multiply that, it will be 6x square. This times that, it will be negative 9. I guess up to this point, no one is behind. Are we together up to this point? Are we together up to this point? Okay, I guess we are together. So we continue. So here now we collect the like terms. It happens that the like terms are just numbers here that we have. Numbers are like terms that we have. So what are we going to have then? Here we just bring this 4. We can start with 6x squared, please. 6x squared plus 4x, then minus 8 minus 9, which is 6x squared plus 4x, then minus 50. That is 9 plus negative and negative, please. These are negative and negative. So 9 and 8 gives us 17. And that is the simplified part of this question. Are we together up to this point? I can get you 3 graphs. Yes, we are together. Getting you. Got it. Okay. Okay. I think the majority of you are able to get me. Anyway. Now, let us have another question. So we are going into the third question. Simplify is easy. So this was B question. This was C question. Let me just try to bring in the one that has that is different. So please, these questions, I'm getting them from the past paper. I'm getting them from the past papers. So make sure that you follow keenly. So we have this one, 2a minus 5b, a minus b, then plus a, b. This question is also simplify. So how do you simplify? So 2a, let us expand this one. It is going to give us negative 5ab. Then this multiply that is going to give us, this is a negative and a negative. This negative 5 multiplied by negative 5b multiplied by negative b to give us positive 5b square plus ab. Then we collect the like terms. This ab and ab are like terms. Okay, so we can say 2a minus 5ab plus ab plus 5b square. So 2a minus, that is negative 5ab plus ab is 4ab plus 5ab or 5b please, 5b square. So this is the answer. Okay, so that is the answer that we need on this part. Okay, I guess everyone is able to get me. No one is behind. Let us proceed to the fourth questions. I think this is the last question we should be able to do on simplify because we have a lot of things to do. So we can have 2a plus 3 plus 3, that is 2a plus 3. Then in the other brackets, we have 3a minus 4. That is what we have. So now, how do we simplify this one? It's expand and simplify. So if you are given such a question, to expand and simplify, you simply multiply this with that. So 2a multiplied by 3a is a 6a square. Then 2a multiplied by negative 4 is negative 8a. Then we have 3 multiplied by that is plus 9a. Then, of course, 3 multiply negative 4, it's negative 12. The like terms here, negative 8a plus 9a is simply a. Okay, this is simply a. Then minus 12, then 6a square minus, is it minus? No, plus. This is the answer. So please, this is not 9, this is a. So the answer is 6a square plus a minus 12 minus 12. That is the answer. So be able to come in if you feel that that is not how it is done, okay? So that we can move together. I'm checking the comments loud and clear, blah, 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 blah. So I found 4x minus 10. Okay, which one did you find 4x minus 10? So you're saying you found, all right. So yeah, the one who found 4x minus 10 is actually true because this is negative 12 plus 2. So this is negative 10. All right, noted. So this one is going to be 2x minus 5 actually. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. I've seen it. That is Blessing Well. Habenzu, then the one who made the correction, there's Mukukamambwe. That is Masa, whatever the name is at the end. But anyway, thank you for your correction. You know, just too fast to do things. Yeah, mistake can be made. So everyone, I'm sure, is okay now on simplify. Let us look at the other part, that is factorizing. All right, so we look at now factorizing or factorize, where you find questions factorize completely. So the first question that we are going to do on factorization is 27y square minus 3x square. Okay, so what do we do? We are factorizing completely. So here, to factorize, you look at the number that can go into 27 and 3 without leaving a remainder. That is a 3. So 3 is common here. Then what remains here? You remain with 9. Then y square minus x square. So this is what remains in the bracket. Now, what remains in the brackets here? 9 can be written, so 3, 9 can be written as 3 square y square minus x square. Now, when you have a minus here, it's just the same as you putting this in this form. 3x or 3y minus x, then 3y plus x. So this is the answer if we factorize this one. Is it true? Okay. So from time to time, I'm reading the comments just to see what people are saying. If there's a question, I'll be able to check if I've made a mistake at some point. Priscovia Kasongo, come through if you are able to see me or you are able to see my screen right now, because you have said you are only seeing black. So are you able to see something now? Come through. Then I guess that is what we do on this part. So let us go for the B question or the second question. So this one is asking, is it paper 1 or paper 2? That is single Isaac. It's paper 1. So we are only focusing on paper 1 tonight. So still on factorization, let us have the question 7. That is 7x squared minus 7. How do you factorize this one? It might seem simple, but it's not something that maybe is simple. So what is common here? It's 7. What remains? X squared minus 1. Now, 1 can be written as 1 square. So 7x squared minus 1 square. Two different squares. So this becomes x minus 1, x plus 1. And that is the answer here. Is everything okay? Okay. I'm checking from time to time. Someone is saying question D, are we not supposed to equate to 0? So please, this is equal to, this is factorization. This is factorization. Actually, there are no equal signs. You just, this is simplification. You just simplify. There's no equal sign. You are not, it's not evaluate. We are going to look at the questions where you look at evaluate. So simplification and evaluate are two things different. Let us have a look at question C. So question C here that we are going to include as question C, it is going to be this one. So let me include, which one am I going to pick? Okay. I'm trying to pick the question that is of different. Okay, going to pick 16x squared minus 100. How do you factorize this one? How do you factorize this one? So the first thing first here, you need to, let's say you divide. What are we going to divide with here? You divide by 4 here. Also there, divide by 4. Or you say, let me not say divide by 4. 4 outside. The number that can go in 216 is 4. So 4 outside. What are you remaining here? You are remaining with a 4. X squared minus, that is 25. Okay. Now 4 outside. Here you can write 4 into this like this. Then minus 25 can be written as 5 square. What are you going to have? 4. Then inside here, when you have a negative, you write them like this. 2x plus 5, then 2x minus 5. This is the answer that we have to, or this is the answer that is here. Okay, Christopher Chirufia, good evening, sir. Good evening. I hope you are doing well and you are preparing for tomorrow. Melody, I'm enjoying. Thank you. So let us continue, please. Okay. So the next question that we are going to factorize is this one. So this one is a bit different. That is D. So for D, in terms of factorization, let's say have AX plus 4AY minus 3BX minus 6BY. Now, how do you factorize this one? So the easiest way to factorize this one is to group them. So group these. So this, this, this. Then what is common here? What is common here is 2A. Here is, this is A, right? Yeah, this is A. So there's 4A. So what is common here is 2A. Okay, 2A is common. What remains? X plus Y. Then here, what is common? Negative 3B. What remains? X plus Y. So what is common and what is common? 2A minus 3B. Then X plus Y. You just pick one of these. Okay. So when you want to factorize such a, you want to factorize this one. Okay. There was no these things. I said you just group them. So you group them. Then now you find what is common in what is in the brackets. So what is common in the first bracket here is 2A. What remains here is X and Y. So X plus Y. Then in the second one, is common is negative 3, because negative 3 can go into negative 3. And of course, negative 3 here. So negative and negative 3 is common here, in other words. But also B is common, so negative 3B. Then what remains? X plus Y. These supposed to be the same. If they are different, just know that you've done the wrong thing. So what remains in the bracket should be the same. So you get what is common outside. What is common outside? You put them together. Then what is common inside? You just pick one, and that is your answer. So factorization, in other words, will come like this first one, will come this. I think these three is just the same. But for this, for grouping, you don't need to, you just need to group them. Okay? I hope we are together up to this point. So we have done algebra. We are doing algebra and index notation. The first part is simplification or simplify. The second part is factorize. We are solving 4 questions from each. Let us put 4 questions from each. So now the next part, we want to look at the part for evaluate. So evaluate. How do you evaluate? So the first question that we are evaluating is -2. So this is where you find indices. -2 multiplied by -2 to the power -3. How do we evaluate this? So now you need to know that anything to the power 0, anything to the power 0, it can be x to the power 0, 100 to the power 0 is equal to 1. So anything or any variable or any number to the power 0 is equals to 1. So automatically here -2 to the power 0 is simply 1. Then multiply by this. Now anything to the power negative, or let's say a number to the power negative, is just the same as 1 over that. Okay, so a to the power negative is just the same as 1 over a. So meaning this one is just the same as z. So this becomes the base. Or let me put it like this. It should be easy. Let me put to the power -2. So this one, you write it like this. The base become positive. I mean, the power become positive. So in other words, this is a, please. A to the power -1 is just the same as 1 over 2 a to the power 2, or 1 over a to the power 2. So this one, which means is just the same as the 1 over -2 to the power 3. So what is it going to be? 1 multiplied by -2 to the power 3 is just the same as 1 over -2 multiply -2 multiply -2. And that is going to give us -8. So 1 multiply 1 over -8. If you multiply, it's going to give us 1 over negative 8 as the answer. Someone to confirm that is the correct thing? Someone is saying, isn't supposed to be 2a minus 3b? Let me just check. 2a minus 3b x plus c. Now, where is, okay, wow, you people are ready. I've forgotten that here remains a 2. So this is supposed to be a 2. Thank you. Who is this one? Okay, so 2 of you have noticed this. There's Sharon, Ngoma, there's James. That is great. So I didn't even notice that. So even as we are solving, please, it's not just about it, it's about you actually. So it is a good thing that you are able to follow and notice where things are missing out. So this one is going to give us 1 over negative 8. Is it true? Monta Joseph is saying not clear. Okay, so please, those that are not able to get me, you can just try to leave the class, then come back again. You should be able to get me clearly. Otherwise, you can't afford to miss this. So the first one, we've just answered it. The first question for evaluate, we've just answered it. Let us look at the second question that we can look at here. So please, if you are new on this channel, don't forget also to subscribe. Invite other friends. I can see there about, I don't know, 43 or something. We are a lot here. So invite others. Also, we can revise together. So we are looking at evaluate. Let me have a look at other question where you evaluate. So the second question that we are evaluating is this one. So evaluate 8 over 27 to the power 2 over 3. Now, indices, we know that when you have a to the power, let's say, let me put x to the power a over b. This a is the power, then this is the root. So you put it in the square root like this. This becomes b, then like that, then a. So x like that. So which means that is what you are going to do with this. We are going to say the root of 8 over 27, then now to the power 2, then here 3. So what is the cube root of 3? What is the cube root of 8? Is 2. What is the cube root of 27? Is 3. But remember, it is to the power 2. 1 over 3, 2 over 3 to the power 2 is just the same as 2 to the power 2, which is the 4. Then 3 to the power 2, which is the 9. So the final answer will be 9. Now, just before we leave this part, let us look at the same question, but this time around, let us say it was 8 over 27, then to the power negative 2 over 3. What would have happened? So we put it in this same square root, but we are going to put a 1 on top, like that. 1, then of course the whole of this one, then to the power 2. Now, what is going to happen? This is 8 over 27. So we were going to find 2 then over 3 to the power 2. But of course, remember on top there's that 1. So now, the answer was going to be 1 over 4 over 9. Now, when you have something like that, you just reciprocate. In other words, the answer is going to be 9 over 4. I guess you understand this part. Do you understand this part? Do you understand this part? So please, those, if you have friends that are writing, keep tag them to this place. To this channel. Just tell them the good news that we are going to do as many questions as we can, just to help you people. Okay. All right. I've misused this space. I might want to, or let me just get rid of things here. So what is the other question that we are going through, or that we can look at in terms of evaluate? What is the other question that we can look at in terms of evaluate? So in other words, the other question that we can look at is this one, evaluate. It is 3 over 2 to the power negative 2. How do you evaluate this one? So to remove this negative on the power, you know that we put this. Then 3 over 2 to the power 2. So this is going to give us 1 over 3 to the power 2, 9 over 2 to the power 2 is 4. Now, when you reach this point, some of you don't know why it reciprocates. This is just the same as 1 over 1 divide 9 over 4. And you know for sure that 1 over 1, when it changes to multiplication, it becomes 4 over 9. And this just becomes 4 over 9. So that is the answer. That is how, or that is the reason why it reciprocates. I don't know if you are together up to this point. Okay. All right. So Catherine just joined following from Sorezi. You are welcome. Let us see what we can do together. So I said 4 questions. I guess I am remaining with 1 question here to leave this part. Okay, let me just pick another question. So there's this question here for evaluate. Here is another question for evaluating. So I say evaluate. Evaluate 5 to the power 3. Is it 5 to the power 3? Multiply 1 over 5 square. Want to evaluate this one. How do we evaluate? Now, there are 2 ways you can do this. One way is writing this. Since it's just the same as 1 over 5 to the power 2, we can write it as 5 to the power negative 2. And now we are going to have 5 to the power 3 multiplied by 5 to the power negative 2. The bases are the same. You subtract the power. So 5, 3 minus 2. So you're going to have what? Or you add the power. But since we have negative here, they subtract. So you're going to have 5 to the power 1, which is just the 5. That is the answer. Or you can say 5 to the power 3 is just 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. So those that do not know, 5 to the power 3 is 5 times 5 times the 5, then times the 1 over 5 times the 5. Okay, here you are doing what? You are multiplying. So this can cancel, that can cancel, that can cancel, that can cancel. What are you remaining with? 5 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 5. So quite a number of ways that you can answer this one. Otherwise, in all cases, giving us as 5. All right. Watching from Monze, that is blessed. Is Steve from Kitwe. You are welcome. We have Kaputa District, Amos. Okay. So you people that are just joining, you are welcome. And don't forget also to share with friends. And also do not forget to subscribe to this channel. All right, let us proceed to look at the other part that is still on algebra and index notation. So we are about to conclude the first part. All right, so we are looking at now solve the equation. I'm sure you've seen these questions. Solve the equation. How do we solve the equation? So the first question that we are answering is 3 to the power 1 minus 2x, which is plus 4 is equals to 5. Okay, so what do we do? So here, when you are given to solve the equation such as this, make sure that make bases the same. So you need to ensure that the bases are the same. If the bases are the same, then the powers are the same. If the bases are the same, then the powers are the same. Now, remember where we are coming from. Anything to the power 0 is equals to 1. So where you find 1 can be written as any number raised to the power 0. Very important. So here, what do? We bring this for the other side. So you're going to have 3. 1 minus 2x is equals to 5 minus 4. So you're going to have 3. 1 minus 2x is equals to 5 minus 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. Now, we know that 1 is the same as the base that we are dealing with here is 3. So it's just the same as 3 to the power 0. So this is 3. 1 minus 2x is equals to 3 raised to the power 0. If the bases are the same, look at this, 3 and 3. Also, the powers are the same. So, what are we going to do? We equate the powers. 1 minus 2x is equals to 0. So, here, 1, we can bring 1 the other side. So, negative 2x is equals to negative 1. Divide negative 2. You don't want to leave the variable with negative. Then x is equals to 1 over 2, as negative divide negative is positive. All right, watching from Kapirimposhi, Geoffrey. Then we have watching from Lusaka, John. John, we are in the same town and you are welcome. So please make sure that you tag others, invite other friends to join this platform, and do not forget to subscribe. All right, let's look at the other question that we can answer. So for the other question that we can answer is right here. So this is A, this is B. So the other question that we can answer here is, let me just try to, okay, 2x plus 3. This is power, please. X plus 3 is equals to 1 over 16. 1 over 16. How do we answer this question? How do we answer it? So remember what I said, you have to make sure that the bases are the same. So we need to find a way of writing 16 to base 2. So 16, if we look at 16 over, that is 1 over 16, is just the same as written as 16 to the power negative 1. Okay, now that is the starting point. Now, how do we write 16 to base 2? What number, how many times can we multiply 2 to give us 16? So it happens is that it is 2 to the power, it is 2 actually to the power, is 2 to the power 4. So we are going to have 2x plus 3 equal to 2 to the power 4. But remember, there's a negative outside, so it is going to be 2x plus 3 is equals to 2 to the power negative 4. I guess you know where negative 4 is coming from. So since the bases are the same, we equate the power. X plus 3 is equals to negative 4. So now, what do we do here? X is equals to negative 4 minus 3. So x is equals to negative 7. Confirm this is the correct answer. Is this the correct answer? So let me hear from you. What have you found as the answer there? What have you found as the answer? Is that what you found as the answer as well? Or you are waiting all for me to solve? So please make sure that you invite your friends to be on this platform. We might sleep here. And it's only when you give me hope that, okay, people are here, I might continue. But where people are not participating, people are not enjoying, we might not be able to continue. So you have to put in the morale, otherwise I'll doze. Now, that is just a lie. All right. So here the legends are preparing for tomorrow. David Kangwa. All the best. So that is the answer. Who else has found the answer? Someone is saying repeat a bit. Okay. So let me just repeat a bit so that no one misses. Let me just repeat a bit. But bear in mind that we have a long way to go. So make sure that we handle the questions fast. So look at this. The whole thing of solving the equations here under index notation is to make the base the same. And of course, yeah, if you make the base the same, then also the power are the same. So this one is watching from Lilongwe, Achimwene, that is Frank. Good evening. All right, so 16, 1 over 16 is just the same as 16 to the power negative 1. Okay, now if we want to raise this one to base 2, how many times can we multiply 2 to give us 16? It happened that is 2 to the power 4. The power shows how many times you multiply the base to give you that number. So it's to the power 4. But remember, there is the negative 1 here. So negative 1 multiplied by 4, it is negative 4. So this is 2x plus 3 equal to 2 negative 4. So the bases are the same, then the powers are the same. X plus 3 is equals to negative 4. X is equals to negative 4, we bring negative 3. X is equals to negative 7. That is how we arrived at the answers. Okay, so Katongo also found negative 7. That is great. So please, that is the way to do. When I put up a question here, quickly, we solve it. You put the answer in the comments. I'm all seeing everything. All right, how about this one? How do we solve it? How about this one? How do we solve it? That is the 3. That is C question. 3x plus 3 equal to 27 to the power 5. So invite others. Tell them, Charira kun. So watching from Livingstone, all the best. When is biology live class? Okay, biology live class, I guess you are writing under internal. We'll have that, don't worry. So let us express 27 base 3. So 27 is just the same as 3 to the power 3. So 3 to the power 3. Now 3x plus 3 is equals to 27 is 3 to the power 3. But of course, it's already raised to the power 5. Remember that. So power raised to power, you multiply them. So base are the same. On top there, 3 times 5 is 15. So you're going to have x plus 3 equal to 15. And we are going to have x is equals to 15 minus 3, which is x is equals to 12. So that's the value of x. We've solved that equation. Okay, someone is saying the camera is Braille. Which camera, by the way? I'm sharing my screen, so if you're unable to see me, please, I think there's a part where you can change the quality of the video, or maybe you might want to watch, if you're using a phone, you might want to watch in full screen mode so that you are able to see it clearly. So kindly confirm on that part. You don't want to miss this. So Katongo has found 12, Samba has found 12, Lungu has found 12, Flank has found 12. Okay, I guess we are moving together. The number is increasing. Keep on coming. Otherwise, no one should miss. Tell others that we are not sleeping today, we are sleeping here. So about index notation, we do a final question that is on solving the equation. So that is the D. Let me just put up a question again. Solve the equation. I don't know if this is the best question to end this part, or maybe given that. Okay, so let me see who can solve this one. Square root of 2 is equals to 2 to the power x. Someone to solve it quickly. What is the answer here? So Sitali is saying we are not seeing clearly. So please, Sitali, others, please, those that are seeing clearly, can you just confirm you are seeing clearly? One of the reason why you are not seeing clearly is could be your network is not doing fine. So you have to make sure that you are well connected, and I'm sure you can change the quality of everything. Sir, tomorrow we are writing math paper 1. I don't know more about variation. Anyway, we are coming to that. Okay, so who can solve this question? Who can solve this question? Square root of 2 is equals to 2 to the power x. What is the answer here? What is the answer? I'm waiting to hear from you. So here, how do you solve it? The camera is blurry. We are unable to see. Either, those that are seeing clearly, let me have those that are seeing clearly so that I can confirm if indeed it's blurry. The reason why you're not seeing clearly could be your network is not doing well. Because I'm sharing my screen, I'm not capturing, I'm casting my screen. So I should be able to see clearly. And I'm watching what is on the screen and I'm able to see clearly. So, okay. So this one has found 1 over 2, found 1 over 2, has found 1. Okay. So the answer is 1 over 2. Now, listen, a square root. A square root is just the same as any number raised to the power half. So this 2 is raised to the power half, and therefore 2x. Now we said if the bases are the same, also the powers are the same. So therefore x is equals to 1 over 2. As simple as that. Okay, so that is how you look at it. That is how you look at the question. Let me just give a bonus question for those that have just joined on solving the equations. The bonus question. Which one will get as a bonus questions, bonus question, bonus question. Okay, let me try out this one. 125 to the power x. Is it 125 to the power x? Is equals to 1 over 25. Those that solve quickly. This is what? E. Those that solve fast. So it's clear here. That is Loom confirming. It's clear. Helen seeing clearly. Okay. So please, like I've guided, make sure that your network is really strong. How do we solve this one? Raising the power, same base. So which one are we going to? We are going to go for, can 25 be raised? 25 times 25, is it? What is 25 times 25? But anyway, I would go for 5 because I know that 125 is just 5 to the power 5. Then there's x outside. So multiply x is equals to, this 25, I can write it as the 25 to the power negative 1, which can be written 5 to the power 125. Please, can you confirm is 5 to the power 5? That is 5 times 5. Is it to the power 5 or 23? 5 times 5 is 25 times 5. That is 125. Confirm, is it to the power 3 or to the power 5? Is it to the power 3 or to the power 5? Should be to the power 3. 5 to the power 3 x. So I've multiplied with that x. So someone will be able to confirm if it's to the power 3 or to the power 25, but should not be to the power 5. It should be 3. Then this is 5 to the power negative 2. Where is negative 2 coming from? This is 5 to the power 2, but there's multiply negative 1, so it gives us negative 2. All right, so now the bases are the same. So 3x is equals to negative 2. Divide 3, divide 3. X is equals to 2 over 3. X is equals to 2 over 3, negative 2 over 3. Others have found it already. Katongo has found it already. I have this one, Flank. We have Grace Banda. Grace Banda, now it's negative. You've forgotten negative. I guess it is just difficult in terms of typing, but otherwise, I'm sure you've found the correct one. So that is it about solving the equation. What is the next part that we are looking at? We are going now to look at or start looking at sets. What about sets? So what do you expect in terms of sets? So in terms of sets, you find given Venn diagram. So the Venn diagram given, then they ask you to shade. So Venn diagram or shaded Venn diagram. Then they ask you to write the notation, the set notation. Then also you might find number system. So again, the other thing that you need to know are the numbers, types of numbers, such as the prime numbers. Prime numbers. What are prime numbers before we start? So prime numbers are numbers divisible by 1 and itself. Prime numbers are numbers divisible by 1 and itself. The first prime number, if we were to say A, is the set of prime numbers less than 10. The first prime number is 2, then 3, then 5, then 7. 9 is not a prime number because it's divisible by 1, 3, and itself. So these are the prime numbers less than 10. Then the other number system that you need to know is natural numbers. So for natural numbers, these are counting numbers. Okay, so counting numbers. So counting numbers 1, 2, 3. These are easy. Then odd, let me not bring odd numbers. Let me start, that is whole numbers. Whole numbers, what are whole numbers? Whole numbers are natural numbers, but starting with a 0. Very important. All numbers or whole numbers are natural numbers, but starting with a 0. If let's say set B is a set of whole numbers less than 5, you say, or the first 5. When they tell you the first 5, which means just up to 4. So 0 is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the first 5 whole numbers. So whole numbers are just counting numbers, but starting with 0. Then the other one is that we need to look at is odd numbers. So odd numbers are just numbers that are not divisible by 2. So starting 3, 5, 7, 9, let us say less than 10. These are odd numbers. So odd numbers, those that are not divisible by 2. Then prime numbers, those that are divisible by 1 and itself. Natural numbers are counting numbers. If you know these, then you have no problem with the sets. But again, the other thing that I would like to explain, those that are coming across this for the first time, when it comes to sets, we have notations. And what you need to know are these now, okay? Because the question that you find is using set notation, let's say describe the set or list these numbers or this set. So one thing you should know is this intersection. This is called intersection. So when you find such, it's called intersection. Now, intersection is what is common between or among the sets. So common members. Okay. And in a set, what is found, let's say this is a set and this is a set. What is found between, that is the intersection. Very important. So what is found between here is what we call the intersection. So what is common in between these two sets is the intersection. Then the other one that you find is this, which is the union. Now, union, it means join the sets. Okay, join the sets. So if you have set A and B, the union of A and B is everything that is found in A and what is found in B. Then we have a subset. So a subset is just a set inside a set. So for example, this is A, this is B. So B is a subset of A, which means everything found in B is found in A. If that is, yeah, I guess I've gotten it correct. Then the other one that you need to know is a complement of a set. Complement. So complement of a set is exclude that set, okay, or remove that set. That is a complement. So a complement of a set, it means remove that set. So for example, a complement, there's that notation. This means complement. So very important to understand. These are the basics that you need to understand. And I'm sure some of you know them already. Now, let us go into detail now and start answering the questions. So the first set, we are going to do the shading. So this is the Venn diagram given. Okay, it's a Venn diagram given. This part is going to be something else because I'll have no one showing me their answers, but except relying on what I'll be explaining. So if these are sets, this is what is given. This is Q, this is Z, P, this is E. Then this is Z, R. Then they are saying shade the region, shade the region, shade the region, P intersection R, P intersection R, complement intersection Q, P intersection R, intersection Q in the Venn diagram, in the Venn diagram. How do you shade a set? How do you shade a set? So to shade this set, you are going to come up with numbers from 1 to 9. So that is the universal set. You come up with a universal set of numbers from 1 to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then these numbers, you're going to fill in the spaces available in the Venn diagram here, including the universal set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 outside. Now that we have all the numbers here, or we have the numbers everywhere, what are we going to do? We list the sets now. We pair this P intersection R complement. So we need to list set P. So set P is everything that is found in P, as you can see in that circle for P. 1, 2, 4, 5. List them in order, please. Then R complement. Now, when you talk of R complement, everything outside R. So whatever is outside R. So hide R and whatever is outside R. And what is outside R is 2. That is 1, 2, 3, and 8. That is what is outside R. Now, what is the intersection? What do these have in common? What do they have in common? So we can list P intersection R complement, which is 1, 2. What else do we have in common? I think it's just 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. This is R complement. So we've listed the first one. Then let us intersect this one with the Q. What is set Q? Everything that is in Q. 2, 3, 5, 6. Now, let us list now P intersection Q intersection R, P intersection R complement intersection Q. So which means what this and this have in common. And if you look at this, the only common element is 2. So on the Venn diagram, we are just going to shade where there's a 2 there. So this region. So we would have shaded the what? The set. So you can just shade even using just the lines like that. That is okay. I guess we are together here up to this point. People are falling out. So we are shading where 2 is. We are shading where 2 is. I guess we are together up to this point. Let us do one more on shading. Then we look at the already shaded. So we have the Venn diagram here. We have the Venn diagram here. This is the Venn diagram. This is the universal set. Okay. Then this is the B. This is the A. This is the C. Okay. Okay, are we together now? Those that are still in class, confirm you're able to get me now. I guess we should be able to resume. All right, so we can just continue. So I was saying, how do you find the transpose of a matrix? Kindly confirm you're able to get me clearly, those that are in class, so that we can just continue. I can't seem to, okay. So this one, Phil is saying yes. Okay, that's nice. All right, so I was saying matrices, you find the transpose. How do you find the transpose? So we are given A here. A is equals to 4, 1, then 5, then 1. To find the transpose of this, you just change. You know that this is called a row and this is called a column. So a transpose is just switching. The first row becomes the first column. The first column becomes the first column becomes the first row. So A transpose is equals to 4, 5, then 1, 1. That is it. So that is A transpose. Okay, that is A transpose. Then let us look at find the value of x if AB is equals to 10, 4, and this. So what it means here, AB, it means that A and B, we multiply them. So 4, 1, 5, 1. Okay, multiply with x minus 1, 2, 1, 0. So now, this should be equal to 10, 2, 4, 1. Is it 4, 1? Yes. So let us multiply. So we multiply row by column. So the first row, multiply the first what? The first column. So you're going to say 4 multiplied by x minus 1 plus 5 multiplied by what? 5 multiplied by a 2. Okay, so it is this, multiply this, then this, multiply that. Now, there's no need of us continuing. We are finding, when you multiply like this, you are finding the first position, and we can equate it to 10. So you have 4x minus 4 plus 10 equal to 10. So 4x and this gives us 4x plus 6 is equals to 10. So 4x is equals to 10 minus 6, and 4x is equals to 4. Divide 4, divide 4. X is equals to 1. So the value of x is equals to 1. Okay, I hope we are together up to this point. Okay. This one is saying is clean, or the screen is green. I guess not everyone is finding it difficult. Agape, others are still watching the first part. Minus. Okay. So that is how you find that part. Now, so the transpose part, I guess you've gotten that, unless it has to do with finding the matrix. For example, this one. This one was a B trick. Given that P is equals to 4, -1, 0, then 2, 0, 3. Then Q is equals to 1, 2, 3. Then they are saying find P transpose, then PQ. So P transpose, like we said, the first row become the first column. So 4, -1, 0. Then this one become 2, 0, 3. So this is P transpose. Then what about PQ? So for the matrices to multiply to find PQ, PQ is equals to 4, -1, 0, 2, 0, 3. For matrices to multiply, they should be like this. So we are multiplying 1, 2, 3. So what is the order of this one? The order of this one is how many rows? 2 rows times how many columns? 3. What is the order of this one? How many rows? 3. How many columns? 1. So this is the same. The resulting matrix will be a 2 by 1 matrix. So that is how you determine. You need to also determine the order of the matrix that you are going to find. But I'm not saying this is the answer. Just helping you to determine the matrix. So what are you going to do? You multiply everything on top and this add. So you're going to have 4 multiplied by 1 plus that is -1 multiplied by 1. So -1 multiplied by 1. Then plus 0 multiplied by 3. Then the bottom part is going to be 2 multiplied by 1 plus 0 multiplied by 1. Then plus 3 multiplied by 3. So on top, 4 multiplied by 1 is 4 plus -1 multiplied by 1 is -1. 4 minus 1 is 3 plus 0 multiplied by 3 is 0. So this top part is going to be 3. Okay, this is going to be 3. Then the bottom part, 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. This is 0. That is 9. So 2 plus 9 is 11. So this is PQ. I guess that is what you found as well. Is that what you found? -12 plus 2 is -10. I guess you found -10 at some point. Okay. Matrices, we can proceed to look at other things. Okay, so the other thing that we can look at is what we call sequence and series. What is there on sequence and series? So sequence and series, you need to know the nth term. How do you find the nth term? The nth term under the arithmetic progression. So it's a plus n minus 1 multiply d. This you need to know it. Then sum of the nth term, n over 2, then 2a plus n minus 1, then multiply d. You need to know this one. Then the mean, how do you find the mean? Arithmetic mean is equals to a plus c divide, or let me just say you add, that is a and c, then divide. So the arithmetic mean, in other words, is just the same as b, then divide 2, something like this. Or you can say arithmetic mean. You will get to see this as we go on. So this is something that I want you to really understand. Okay. Someone is saying it's supposed to be 1 over 8. Now, what does it mean? -2 to the power -3 or to the power 3. It is -2 times -2 times -2. -2 times -2 is equals to 4, +4. But +4 multiply -2 is equals to -8. So just have a look at that again. So let us continue, please. So for the question here, it said, given given that 99, 92 and 85 are the first three terms of an arithmetic progression, given that 99, 92 and 85 are the first term of arithmetic progression, find a sixth term or term number 6, then the nth term. So for me, I feel the nth term question should come first, then of course the 60th term, because for us to find the 60th term, we'll have to go through the nth term. But anyway, so how do you find the 60th term? So term number 6, okay? So to answer the first question, which is A, to find the term number 6, we are going to look at the formula for nth term. Now, the formula for nth term, you can find like this. Let me just put it like this. So nth term is equals to A plus n minus 1 multiply D. So which means we need D. D is a common difference between the terms in the arithmetic progression. There's always a common a term we can call it common difference. Now, how do you find it? Common difference is equals to term number 2 minus term number 1, or it's always the term ahead minus the one behind. So to find D, we are going to say 92 minus 99, and therefore it is going to give us what? Negative 7. So kindly confirm it's giving us negative what? Negative 7. So that is our difference. So we are going to fix it here. Now remember, we are finding the 60th term. So n is equals to 6. So n represents term number. If it's not given, that is when you say nth term. You don't know it. So term number 6. So which means where there's n, we are going to put what? We are going to put 6. So term number 6, where the first term is so this is the first term. This is the second term, third term. So first term is 99 plus 6 minus 1 multiply outside negative 7. So 99 plus, that is 5, multiply negative 7 is 35. 99 minus, because 5 multiply negative 7 is negative 35. So negative 35. And this is what are you going to have? 99 minus 35, we should be able to get, that is 30 minus 9, 90 is 60, then 9 minus 5. So we should be able to get 64, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the answer? 64, is it the answer? Is it the answer? $64, is it the answer? Okay, I guess it is. Then the nth term, how do you find the nth term? So for the nth term, you just put, so nth term, you just replace the first term, then here you just subtract 5 minus 6, it just remains 5. No, you don't put 5. So it just remains n minus 1, then negative 7. So you multiply 99 plus, that is negative 7. If you multiply here, negative 7, then plus 7. So you're going to have 99 minus 7 n plus, here is n please, plus 7. 99 plus 7, that is 106. 106 minus 7n. That is the nth term. That is the nth term. I guess I've gotten it correct. So someone is saying the 60th term is 65. Is it 65? Try to check that again. 99 minus that, I know for sure 9 minus 5 is 4. And 90 minus 30 is 60. Okay, so Peg is saying is 64. All right, I guess we are moving at the same pace. Okay, so that is how you answer this question. That is how you answer it. I guess there's no problem. Others have gone to sleep. Okay, let us look at the other question. So for the nth term and 60th term, at least we've handled a question. Let us have a look at the question maybe that has the mean. Let me bring in the question that is maybe a bit different. Common difference, D formula of the nth term. 60th term, arithmetic progression, find the sum of the, okay. Let me just bring on the one that has sum. So we are saying, given that, so we are saying the sequence 20, 17, 14 dash dash is an arithmetic progression. So it's the AP. So paper 1 you find AP respectively. Find the 80th, no, find the 9th term. So A, you're saying find the 9th term. Find the 9th term. Then sum of the first 10 terms. Sum of the first 10 terms. What is it? So how do you find it? So nth term, 9th term, we know that nth term is equals to A plus n minus 1, then D. What is our A? So this is the first term A. This is the second term, third term. So our A is 20 plus term number is 9. So 9 minus 1. What is D? The difference is 20, not 20 please, 17 minus 20, which is negative 3. Okay, that is our difference. Then now we are going to multiply negative 3. So 20 plus 8 multiply negative 3 outside there. So it's going to be 20 minus 24. And therefore this is negative 4. So the sum of the first 10 is negative what? Negative 4. Okay. So these are saying we are here, no sleeping, Trace and Mapesho, studmate, all the best, all the best. So the answer is negative 4. This one has found it, that is flank. So that is the sum of, or that is the 9th term. Now what about sum of the first 10 terms? So sum of the nth term is equals to n over 2. Then we have 2a plus n minus 1, then d. So here we have 10, the first 10 terms. So we can say sum of the 10th term is equals to, number of term is 10, divide 2. Then the first term is a, which is in this case 20. Then plus term number is 10 minus 1. The common difference, we've already found it, is negative 3. Okay. So this 10 divided 2 is size 5. So please start by dealing what is in the bracket. Don't multiply yet. So 2 multiplied by 20 is 40. Then plus 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27, I guess. Then we have in the brackets, therefore, 5, 40 minus 27. 40 minus 27 should be able to give us, is it 30? Should be 13. So 13 multiplied by 5 and the answer is 65. Someone to confirm the answer is 65? Someone to confirm the answer is 65. Is it 65? The answer should be 65. All right. This one has confirmed 65. All right. Okay, I want to find the one that has a mean so that we can answer that one. I think that is the main interest now. The one that has a mean, where you're asked to find the mean. 12th term, 9th term, common different, formula for the nth term. I think these are just the same. Let me just try to find formula for nth term, common difference, sum of the first term, formula for nth term, common difference, sum of the term. I can't find the one that has arithmetic mean. I guess you know how to handle the one that has arithmetic mean. I guess you know how to find this one. Okay, here is the question. So I say, given that 17, m, oh, not comma please. So this is the plus, then that is plus m plus 27 plus dash 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 are consecutive terms of the arithmetic progression. So given that 17 plus m plus 27 are the consecutive terms of arithmetic progression, find the arithmetic mean. Find the arithmetic mean, m. So they are saying find arithmetic mean, m. How do you find the arithmetic mean, m? So to find the arithmetic mean, actually you just add 17 and 27, then divide by 2. So m is equals to 17 plus 27 over 2. If you have numbers a, b, c, to find the midpoint, which is b, is just a plus c divide 2. Arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is just a number in between. So what is 17 plus, is it 17? Yeah. 17 plus 27, 10 plus 10, that is 30, 7 plus 7, that is 14. So 44, is it 44? Divide a 2, which is 22. So arithmetic mean is 22. I guess you've gotten it right. Let me see the one who's gotten it right here. So it is 22. I guess we've gotten something here. And of course, we can maybe proceed to look at, something else. We look at something else. Now, the next part that we look at is what we call coordinate geometry. So what do you need to know about coordinate geometry? So one, you need to know how to find length. You need to know how to find length or distance. Very important. And the formula for distance is equals to square root of x2 minus x1. Let me just put it like this. Distance or magnitude. So distance or magnitude or length. So is just equal to x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Then under the square root, that is how you find distance. Okay, then aside from that, you need to know about midpoint. How do you find the midpoint? So midpoint. So midpoint is equals to, so MP for midpoint is equals to x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divide 2. This is the midpoint. Then aside from that, you need to know about gradient. So gradient. How about gradient? So gradient is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That is a gradient. Okay, then equation of a straight line, y is equals to mx plus c. You need to know this as well. Or y minus y1 equal to mx minus x1. Any of these. Then you need to know about perpendicular lines and parallel lines. Someone is asking, why did I divide? If the arithmetic mean of m is equals to 20, and is m and 20 is 100, find the value of m. If the arithmetic mean of m and 20 is 100, find the value of m. Okay, so this one is easy also. We are saying the arithmetic mean. So the arithmetic mean is equals to 20. Of the arithmetic mean is equals to 100. The arithmetic mean of m and 20. So m and 20, you just add them. M plus 20 divide 2 equal to 100. Okay, that is what you mean. So it's going to be m is equals to, m plus 20 is equals to 100 times 2. So m plus 20 is equals to 200. M is equals to 200 minus 20, which is m is equals to, that is 180. That is how you find it. So the arithmetic mean, you put it where it's supposed to be, then m plus, since you're saying of this and that is how you find the value of m. Someone is saying it's 22. What is 22? Great. Why did you divide able? Okay, so please, some numbers, if there are just some mistakes a bit on the numbers, let us follow the procedure. But of course, yeah, I take responsibility for that. Might be the fastness in calculating. All right, let us look at coordinate geometry. I've guided on these parts, and these are the things that we are going to find. So now, how do you answer questions? So the first question is going to come from, since we are saying we start with the length or distance, let me bring out the question. Find the magnitude. So I'm looking for the questions for magnitude. Find the length of a line passing. Find the equation of a line. Gradient, parallel, gradient, straight line, coordinates of. Trying to find the question. Find the equation. Find the equation of midpoint, magnitude. Find the gradient. Find the equation of it. Find the length. Okay, I've seen. So we have A. Given that, he said, given that A and B are points with coordinates. So coordinates of A is 3, 3. Then coordinates of B is 5, 9. Then they are saying, find the length AB. Find length AB or magnitude AB. So I'm going to say, you can put it in this form, AB, put this, shows magnitude or length, then square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 square. So what are we going to have here? We replace now. So this is A, which means so x1, y1, x2, y2. So what are we going to have? What are we going to have? So let us replace x2. So this x2 is going to be 5 minus x1 is going to be 3 square plus y2 is 9 minus negative 3 square. So this first one is going to be 5 minus 2, 5 minus 3 is 2, square is 4, plus, no, I've added the wrong one, please. I've done the wrong things. I've done the wrong things. That is for x, x2 is 5, minus x1 is negative 3. Yeah, like this. Then plus y2 is 9 minus 3 square. So here we are going to have this multiplied by that is positive. So we are going to have 80 square. Then this and that is 9 minus 3. We are going to have 60 square. So this is just going to be 64 plus 36. Okay, which is the square root of what? 100. And this should be able to give you 10. Now you put units. That is the length. So 10 units is the answer there. I guess you've seen that. Okay. All right, let us look at the other part. We said the other part is for the midpoint. Now, the way question comes for the midpoint do not come as direct as you expect. This is how they come. Okay, so there's another question for distance. Okay. How do questions for midpoint come? Let me just try to find one. Perpendicular given that midpoint, given that p is point, find the point is the midpoint of. So look at how they come. So given that point, let's say point, the point -1, comma -4 is the midpoint. Is the midpoint of the line PQ. Given that P is the point 2, -3. Find coordinates of Q. That is how it comes. Given that the point -1, -4 is the midpoint of the line PQ. So picture this, you have a line P and Q. Midway of this, that is where you find this point -1, -4. Then they are saying P is the point, which means P is 2, -3. Now they want us to find Q, and you know that Q has X and Y as a point or as a coordinate. So now, how do you find this one? The midpoint is given, but the other point is not given. So we use the formula for midpoint. Midpoint is equals to x1 plus x2, that is divided to y1 plus y2 divide 2. Okay, divide 2. Then now what are we going to do? We replace. So midpoint is given to be -1, -4. Then x1, so this is the point. We can say this is x1, y1, which means this will be x2, y2. So we are going to replace x1 is equals to 2 plus x2 is equals to x2 divide 2, comma, y1 is equals to -3 plus y2 divide 2. So this, okay, so this is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. X coordinate is coming from this part, y coordinate from that part. So what do we do for us to find x? So we get this part and equate to the x part. So we're going to have 2 plus x2 over 2 is equals to -1. We cross multiply. 2 plus x2 is equals to -2. x2 is equals to -2. We bring this one the other side to be -2. X, therefore, x2 is equals to -4. So that is for q. Coordinate for q, x is -4, comma. Let us find the value for y. So equal the value for y, we get this one and equate it to the y part, which is the -3 plus y2 over 2 is equals to -4. So here you cross multiply, -3 plus y2 is equals to -8. Cross multiply. y2 is equals to -8 plus 3. So here y2 is equals to -5. So this is going to be negative what? -5. I guess I've gotten it correct. Otherwise, that is the coordinate of q. I guess we are together up to this point. Okay. So that is how you deal with questions for the midpoint. Let us look at how to find the gradient. Let me find the question here that talks about the gradient. Another point, gradient PQ is right down there, equation for PQ. So there's a question here. There's a question that you find the gradient direct. For example, let's say P is equals to 2,4 and Q is equals to 6,8. Then find gradient of PQ. You are going to say this is x1, y1. This is the x2, y2. So gradient is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this we're going to have 8 minus 4 over 6 minus 2. And this is going to give us 4 over 4. And the gradient is 1. Okay, but the questions might not come this way. Might come a little bit different. How can it come? So this question is given that P is the point 3, 1 and Q is another point such that they're saying such that the gradient of line PQ is -1 over 2. Such that gradient is -1 over 2. Write the no, this one is different. Write down the equation of PQ. It's different. Okay, so the question that you find on the gradient here is just the same scenario. Let me just try to find if I can find something. But otherwise, it's also like the one for coordinate, I mean for midpoint, where you are given, then you find it. But anyway, so that for gradient, make sure that you go through, otherwise we've covered part of it. The other part that we can look at is the equation of straight line. Equation of straight line. Now, equation of a straight line is in the standard form mx plus c, where this is the gradient. Then this is the intercept, and of course y-intercept. So that is the equation. Now, under these equations, you have equations of parallel lines. Now, parallel lines are lines that will never even meet. But what is known about these, they have same gradient. That is very important to understand. They have same gradient. For example, if you have an example of midpoint, perpendicular, the one that is parallel. Find the gradient passing through the point. Okay, this one we've done. Find the equation of a line straight through a point parallel. So we have a point. For example, we have a point. A point is -2, 3, and is parallel to a straight line whose equation. So parallel to a line whose equation parallel to a line whose equation is 2y minus 3x equal to 5. Now look at this. These are two lines that are parallel. The other line, one line equation is given. Picture it this way. Then the other one, the equation is not given, but it's given that it passes through a point -2, 3. Now, find the equation of the other line. How do you find the equation of the other line? In order to find the equation, you need the gradient and you need the intercept. So, here what you do for parallel lines, they have the same gradient. So you can find the gradient of this line whose equation is given by simply arranging it in the form mx plus c, where c becomes the gradient. So let us do it for this. So you're going to say 2y. We shift 3 to the other side, become positive. 3x plus what? Plus 5. Divide 2, divide 2, divide 2. Y is equals to 3 over 2, x plus 5 over 2. So here, since we've arranged it in this form, the gradient automatically is 3 over 2. Now that we have the gradient, we can find the equation now. Y is equals to mx plus c. The m is 3 over 2, x plus c. We don't have c. So what do you do? We are given the point where this line passes -2, 3. It's the one that we use to find the c now. So we are going to replace where there's x with -2, where there's y with 3. So 3 is equals to 3 over 2, -2 plus c. This and that cancels. -3, so it's be 3, -3 plus c. Okay, if 3 comes the other side, it's going to be c is equals to 6. So the equation we plug in back, we're going to have y is equals to 3 over 2, x plus c, 6. I guess you've gotten this, and I hope I've not made a mistake. Oh, so y over 3, someone has found it already. That is Flank has found it already. Okay, Then in the same vein, let us say these lines were perpendicular. What would have done what? If these lines they are telling us they are perpendicular. So two perpendicular lines are those that forms a 90-degree where they meet. If they were perpendicular, the only part is on the gradient. You cannot use this gradient. Instead, after finding it, the product of their gradient should give you -1. Okay, so which means gradient 1 multiply gradient 2 should give us -1. So would have done 3 over 2 multiplied by m2, it gives us m2 is equals to -1 when we cross multiply. So it was going to be 3m2 is equals to -2. So divide 3, m2 or gradient 2 for the perpendicular would have been -2, -3 over -2 over 3. Then we can use it now to find the equation. That is what you just need to do on that particular part. So make sure that you do some more on this part. Oh, okay. How many are still in class? A few. Others have slept or others have gone to sleep. Now, let us just look at maybe a bit of things on variation. What about variation? What do you know about variation? So let us look at this question. I hope the first one will make sense. So it is given that A varies. Okay, this one is not even complete. There's some things missing. Let me pick just the question that is normal. So I can say Z varies inversely. Z varies inversely as the square of x and directly as y and Z varies directly as square of x and directly varies inversely as square of x and directly as y. Okay. Someone will say you are a bit. I don't know, a bit what? So given that direct as y, then we are saying z is equals to 6, x is equals to -3, and y is equals to 27. Okay, then what are the questions? Find the value of find value of k, constant variation. So a value of k, constant variation. So the first information normally is for finding the constant k. Okay, so how do you find the constant k? Listen to this. Z varies inversely. So z varies inversely as square of x, inversely as square of x. So 1 over x square, and direct as z as y. So this is going to be just multiply y. So it's going to be z is equals to y over x square. But of course, we put a k here for the constant variation. So z is equals to k y over x square. Z varies inversely as the square of x square. It means x to the power 2, and direct as y. So now the information that is given in the first part is just for finding z. So let us replace 6 where there's z. Then x we are going to replace with -3. So -3 square over the top part, that is k. What is our y? Y is 27. Hope it will balance. So this is 6 equal to, this is 9. This is 27k. Okay? Then we are going to have 27k is equals to 6 multiplied by 9. Divide 27, divide 27. K is equals to 9 into 9, 1. 9 into 27, 3. 3 into 6 is 2. Okay, so the answer for K is equal to 2. Are we together up to this point? Are we together up to this point? Okay. So that is our K. Now, when you find K, you are going to replace it. So Z is equals to 2y over x squared. I've just replaced K so that we have the formula that we are going to use in the next one. So the second question is find the value of A and B. Find the value of A and B. Find the value of A when B. So value of, no. It's a different question that I'm reading. So find the constant variation, okay? Then find the value of Z when Y is equals to negative. So B, value of Z when Y is equals to negative 6, X is equals to negative 2. So let us find it. So we are going to use this. Z is equals to 2y over x squared. Z is 6 equal to 2. Y is, no, we are finding Z. Y is equals to negative 6. Then x is equals to negative 2 square. So on top, that is just the same as negative 12. Then the bottom is 4. And this is going to give us Z is equals to negative 3. Okay, negative 3. Then the value of x when y is equals to value of x when y is equals to 8 and z is equals to 1. So z is equals to 2y over x squared. So we are finding the value of what? X. So we replace z is equals to 1 equal to 2, y is equals to 8, then x squared. So we're going to have x squared is equals to 2, 8. That is x squared is equals to 16. Square root, square root. X is therefore equal to 4. Okay. All right. I guess we are all following up to this point. So that is about variation. So please make sure that you understand the questions on variation. We might not go through all the questions, but I guess you've gotten a thing. So we've answered at least a question on that one. Then the other part that we need to look at is the probability. How about probability? So for paper 1, probability is easy. Probability is just a likelihood of an event to occur. Okay? So let us look at this question. A letter is chosen at random from the word excellent. From the word excellent, what is the probability that the letter is E? What is the probability that the letter is E? So now, probability of an event to occur is equals to favorable outcome divide number or total outcome. So probability of E appearing is equals to what is the favorable outcome? How many E's are there? 1, 2, 3. So 3. What is the total of words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So number of words is 9. And we can reduce this one to 1 over 3. The probability of picking E is 1 over 3. Okay, so that's the probability of picking a 3. So we are saying the second question here, probability of getting a black button, the probability of getting a black button from the box is the probability of getting a black button from the box is 2 over 9. Find the probability of getting a button which is not black. Find the probability of getting a button which is not black. So how do you do it? Probability of getting not black button is equals to favorable outcome. So this one, probability is always out of 1. So it's equals to minus 2 over. If you don't get the black button, getting black button is that one. So if you don't get a black button, that is out of the probability. In other words, minus 9. So how do you do this? Lowest common denominator is 9. So this is the same as 9 minus 2, which is 7 over 9. So that's the probability. 7 over 9. So the probability of not getting and probability of getting. Okay, someone has already found it. So the other question is probability of Kasukulu waking up late. So probability of Kasukulu waking up late is so waking up late is 0.3. What is the probability that you wake up early? So equally here, probability of waking up early is equals to 1 minus 0.3. And this is going to be 0.7. The probability that you wake up early is 0.7. Okay. So that's the probability. So probability is not something that is difficult as well. You just need to understand the language that is used otherwise. Okay. How about functions?
given that f of x is equals to 3x plus 5 and g of x is equals to x plus 4 over 3. Find g inverse. So if it's like this, that is g inverse A. Then B, please find gfx. Then C, gf4, like this. Let us find it. So for the first one, inverse of g, you write g x is equals to x plus 4 over 3. So you start by writing this gx, you replace y is equals to x plus 4 over 3. Make x the subject, so you cross multiply. 3y is equals to x plus 4. Want to make x the subject, so we bring this one this side. So it'll be x is equals to 3y minus 4. After making x the subject, you switch the position. So it's going to be y is equals to 3x minus 4. Then now you write gx inverse is equals to 3x minus 4 as the inverse. I guess there's no problem up to this point. Okay. Then now, what about g of x? That is this one, composite function. How do you find it? G f of x. Now, when you are given such, the second one goes where there's x in the first one. So it's going to be g f x is equals to 3. So the whole of this one is going to replace where there's x. No. It is the second one. It is this one, that the whole of this one, that replaces where there's x there. So you're going to have 3x minus or plus 5, then plus a 4. This is this, then plus a 4 over 3. So on top there it will be 3x plus 9 over 3. Okay, gfx. We can factorize on top there. 3 is common. X plus 3 over 3. This and that. G f of x is equals to x plus 3. Then they are saying g of x 4. So g f x 4, it means where there's x here, we replace a 4 equals to 4 plus a 3. So gf 4 is equals to what? A 7. Okay, let me take a break. I pray I come back. Otherwise, I'm exhausted. I've been here for some time. Otherwise, thank you very much for being part of the class. Paper 2, I wish to help also, but we should be able to start earlier than the time we started. It was just something that I did random. I just had to, something that just done randomly. So I guess next time we should be able to do more. Otherwise, you have been wonderful.